Let's make no mistake about it. We're at war. We all know what happened on October 7th, and well, at least the people in this screen, this Zoom, know what happened on October 8th when Hezbollah decided to join the party. It's really easy to lose sight of the big picture, the mission and vision of JNF to ensure a future Israel for all of its residents. But I want to give you a little bit of background. Israel's north has been, wait, let me share my screen. 1 second. Sorry, I have some slides. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay. 1 second. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Yeah, okay, great. So we all know Israel's north. It's beautiful, it's incredible, and it's long been known for its vast potential, but underdeveloped and underinhabited. And we all know that a big portion of the mission and vision of JNF is to grow the south and to grow the north. Our north strategy is to strengthen the region and to grow it by 300,000 new, strong residents. Well, probably today we'll say it's closer to 400,000 because of all the people who have been forced to leave their homes. But it's definitely integral to the long-term security and vitality of the region.
Deb, can you put it into slideshow mode?
Yeah, sorry, let me see here. Slideshow, there we go. Okay.
And then click from beginning on the left.
I'm trying here, 1 second. Sorry.
Slideshow and then from beginning.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do that here. 1 second. It's like not letting me, there we go, slideshow and from beginning. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go.
Good.
Okay, so JNF, we were there yesterday. It's not new. We didn't just suddenly appear in the north. We worked in the north to boost tourism through the Western Galilee Tourist Information Center. We've supported small businesses through Western Galilee Now. We found employment opportunities through the Louder Employment Center. We started in the south and we brought that program to the north. Housing sites, Housing Development Fund is building housing sites throughout the north. Building a medical center in Kiryat Shmona that you've heard about. Saul mentioned it, that we're still building. We'll talk about that in a moment. Medical emergency center that we're doing in Kiryat Shmona. The Galilee Culinary Institute to bring a world-class culinary institute to the north. And it's not just about a culinary institute. It's about bringing jobs. It's understanding and utilizing the resources available to us all in the amazing north. And it's about bringing high-tech, agri-tech, and food tech through Margalit Startup City. So this is what we were doing before October 7th. And you might wonder, why are we talking about this? Well, we're talking about it because it's important for you to know the context in which we're operating. But we're there today. And before this call, I reached out to Michal Shiloach Galnor and to Nissan Ze'evi. Many of you know both of them, and they both live in the north. And you're going to hear in a moment from someone else who's from the north. But I reached out to them, and it was important for me to find out what to them is the most important thing that JNF is doing today. We all know what we did before. What's the most important thing? And each of them gave me different ideas, and I'll talk about what those things are. But what came out of both of them, what they both stressed, is that what JNF is doing, and the most important thing that we're doing, is we're providing hope. That's key. So Nissan said 2 things. Big picture, strategic vision, the fact that we are still building our medical center in Kiryat Shmona with rockets falling down, with all of the challenges of getting employees to work because of the war, for people to see that we are still there building a medical center, which is badly needed, is incredible. It provides that hope. That we're there still building the Galilee Culinary Institute, again, knowing that there's shortages of employees, knowing that we're not sure when we're going to open the school, but we're there because we have the hope for the future. So this is number 1. And what are we doing today? Well, we're providing emergency services, knowing that we're providing what's needed. Saul mentioned the trucks and ATVs that are required in order to fight the fires because of the rockets that are falling down. So we're providing emergency service today. basic needs, psychology therapy, providing respite activities for adults and children through our affiliates Macomb and through Green Horizons. Providing these activities is key. Supporting small businesses by providing support packages for soldiers and evacuated families. Now, what is this doing? Number one, it's helping the soldiers and the families. Number two, it's keeping 25, 30 businesses that, but for our support, they would be out of business today. But it's more than just saying, hey, we want your goods to put in these packages. We're working with these business owners and we're working with them to help them. How do you package? How do you market yourselves? How do you provide the things that are required in order for you to stay afloat? How can we look toward the future? These are the things that Michal was also mentioning, that working with these businesses is absolutely, positively essential for moving forward. And this is the work that we're doing today. Bomb shelters. Well, before all of this happened, it was an issue. The dearth of bomb shelters in the north was incredible. And it's not because we at JNF didn't want to put these bomb shelters there, but we can't just decide, oh, we're going to put shelters in the north. We have to work with the governmental agencies. And finally, I guess they determined, yeah, in fact, bomb shelters are required. Now, in these slides, you're seeing a shelter, and that shelter is in Clio. It happens to be where Michal lives. It's one of the 150 shelters that we've put up. And initially, we thought to ourselves, well, let's just get the shelters up. It doesn't matter if they're painted. And Michal shared with me that they brought in a graffiti artist to paint the shelters in Clio. And the amount of hope and solidarity that came because of the shelters and because of the painting of the shelters, it can't be underestimated. So it's really important again, it was that word hope. And that's the most important thing that we're doing today. Obviously, we're doing the work, but the hope that goes along with the work is incredible. 150 shelters has already been put in, 40 more are on the way. But now we need to look at what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, we used to say, we don't know if we're before or if we're during. I think it's pretty clear now that we're during, but we still have to look to tomorrow. And again, it's that hope. So we're now planning and working on putting emergency response centers throughout the north. I don't recall the number, but the reality is that we're working with the municipalities and the regional councils to determine where they're best to be situated to ensure that the north remains safe. We are completing the medical center. And my guess is this is not going to be the only one, but we're starting in Kiryat Shmona. The work continues and we'll get it done. We'll get it completed and it'll be available for the people of the north so they don't have to go far when they need those medical services. We will get GCI opened. We're planning. We already have students registered. We're continuing to register more students, and we're looking about how we can get it started and what partnerships we can create to take the most advantage of the resources available to the north. And again, we're going to get it open, and this is providing hope for the future. The Food Tech Innovation Center, there was just an opening just a week and a half ago where I was, and talking about food tech and climate tech and high tech being brought to the north. Now, they can't be in Kiryat Shmona. This was taking place in Machanayim, which at that time, if it were today, we probably couldn't have done this whole event. But it wasn't today. It was a week and a half ago when we were there, and we understanding the resilience taking place in order to move forward and to encourage these startups to stay in the north and to continue on in the north. We know with 100,000 people evacuated from their homes that have been gone from their homes for nearly a year, the amount of work that's going to be required is tremendous. And our volunteer missions will be there in order to help clean up and to get those communities ready for people to come back. And building of more housing sites and continuing our job placements. We're working with people today in their new locations, and we're continuing to work with them so that we can place them in their jobs moving forward. So obviously, we were there yesterday, we're there today, and we will be there tomorrow. And now I'd like to introduce, let me stop sharing my screen. I would like to introduce Eti Madar Itzhak. Eti is the founder of a strategic consulting firm and a seasoned community leader in the Galilee. She has played a critical role in socioeconomic development projects in northern Israel and will shed light on the resilience of the region's population, especially in rural communities devastated by the conflict. Through our Reality to Reimagine campaign and caravan, we're bringing displaced residents from the north to cities across the US. Some of you may have had the opportunity to meet people already. We're continuing with this work to raise awareness, to give interviews, and to open people's eyes to the devastation. You know, you hear certain things on the news. Unfortunately, the news is a bit skewed, and we hear about how Israel is bombing Lebanon. But the reality is that our people have been displaced for nearly a year, and people are coming to share those personal stories to help build the support that's required and that the people so desperately need. So watch for details of people coming to your regions, and hopefully it'll be soon. And Etty, thank you for joining us today. Take it away.